Hello dear viewers! Today we'll show you how to do a speedrun in the series of games from Valve, the game Half-Life Alyx. Many people have been waiting for the release of Half-Life 3 for a long time, but this didn't happen, and Valve made an experimental project in the uncharted world of VR. Of course, the speedrun community has not ignored this game. At the moment, the best run is a little under 20 minutes, where you can see many interesting bugs and tricks that will help you complete the game much faster. Well, take a seat, we begin. The first thing you need to understand is movement. There are three different types: blink teleport, shift teleport, and continuous. We need to select continuous, since by pressing a certain button, it will be possible to move in the same way as in displacement. Sometimes you'll need to change the type of movement, as each one opens up new interesting tricks. Ladders for our hero are not a problem. We climb them in a second. It's very simple. We take the first crossbar and immediately release, after which we quickly find ourselves at the top. After jumping into the elevator, we're caught and put in the van. But here the speedrunner uses an interesting trick. At the moment of loading, he crouches, so that the game thinks the character is in crouch. Then, the speedrunner presses a button to stand up, immediately entering the menu, and afterwards exits from it and gets up himself. As a result, it turns out that the character punches the van with his head and ends up at the top. This trick will be used often. In order not to wait until the stairs go down, you can simply climb the fence and raise your hand up to jump to the right place. We reach our friend Ras and put the largest object on the table, as Ras will ask about it. We need to listen through the whole dialogue, and therefore we will spend our time drawing on the board and trying to put the microchip on it. We get the gloves and go out to the backyard, since we also have to go through the training, as there is no way to skip it. We throw objects from hand to hand, eventually leave them, and quickly pick up the weapon on the hood of the car, move to the fence, and don't forget about the clip that will fly straight to our back. We can safely run further. After speeding up, we run through textures as in the universe of Harry Potter, and we find ourselves under it and move to the point we need. After which, by turning the menu on and off, we go upstairs. To quickly pass through the opening doors, we can sit down and move into the gap that was already formed, saving some important seconds. After meeting the Vartigaunt, we immediately climb onto the boxes and jump upstairs, all according to the same principle as with the van. Then, carefully targeting the areas we need, we pass through and fall to the end of the level. It never ceases to amaze me how it was possible to learn a road that you cannot see. The next interesting and effective bug, called zip glitch, is used at the beginning of the following level. First, you need to change the movement method to shift teleport. If you press movement very often in this mode, our hero will simply fly through the wall to the point 000 along XYZ. After that, with careful movements, we'll need to walk along the walls to the next level. We change the movement back and move to the point from which we will again fly through the walls, but this time we'll only touch the transition room to the next level. It is very important from what point the glitch is done, because if it's done wrong, we'll get stuck in the textures, and this is where our speedrun will end. As you've already noticed, we missed the shotgun, because we won't need it. The next goal will be to stop the train. After playing with the panel, open the door and run to the arrow transfer lever. After watching one more interesting video that cannot be missed, we go out to the next level. Here we have to crawl under the gate using the usual trick with crouches and going to the menu. At this point, we find ourselves near the end of the next level. Now, the most interesting part of the speedrun begins, where we need to use items in order to pass the levels faster. Here we need to stand on a barrel and find a point where we can stand afterwards. So here we take a chair so that it can be used to jump up. You can notice the use of saves. This is done due to the fact that the character is stuck between the textures, and when loading the game, we are teleported to the top. At the beginning of the next level, we need to use the zip glitch again, so we need to perform it as correctly as possible. If we do something wrong, the character will land on another point and crash. As it's already clear from the speedrun, we don't need a weapon in order to complete the game. This is why the speedrunner doesn't kill enemies who attack him and performs unrealistic tricks to avoid them. Next, a very interesting trick with a barrel awaits us. We need to jump out with it, then release the barrel and stand on it, so we don't break. After performing light parkour tricks, the end of the level is already in front of us. We got to Jeff, the famous impenetrable zombie that reacts to any sound and has a very large mouth. But we also want to miss this meeting. It all starts with the usual zip glitch, which teleports us through the wall. However, the following actions were mysterious for me. It looked very funny. After all the manipulations with the body, we go to the next level. In the zoo, an alien structure will help us cut the road, along which we climb up and teleport along textures to complete the level. We go through the next level with similar manipulations, and here, if you want to repeat the speedrun, you'll need to check your physical data, since you need to bend down quite a bit. After all the actions, you need to climb into the combined shelter along the outgoing beam. For this, script must occur, but even this time, the speedrunner finds a way to get around it. Finally, in the last level, we immediately use the zip glitch, moving through the walls to the 0 coordinate. We save and load the game, which makes it possible to move the character up. It remains only to go to the final scene, where we can take a deep breath and enjoy the quick passage of the game. As a result, the speedrunner under the nickname Die Ray, or as he called himself on the speedrun website, DailyDogs19, completed the game in 19 minutes and 35 seconds without loading screens, which is 2 minutes faster than other speedrunners. We saw many funny and interesting moments today. It never ceases to amaze me the perseverance, or in this case, the stability of the speedrunners to achieve the best results. At this point, today's speedrun is coming to an end. Don't forget to like it, subscribe to the channel, and write which game you would like to see in the next video. Bye bye.